Hold on. Give me a few minutes, and I can show you that we can learn just as much from women's basketball as we can men's. So we got to take a look at South Carolina's win last night over UConn and see how the best team in the nation could be even better. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, like, turn on notifications. Let's get straight to it. Now, this is my first women's college basketball game, so I had to see who's who. And I saw that Aaliyah Boston right here, number 4, best player in the nation. So now, on her post-ups, they've been fronting, and they've been showing the help side. So it's been hard to throw that pass in. But in this play right here, since it's an out-of-bounds play, the way you can counter this right here is just throw it to her right here on this baseline, because this will bring her away from this help side. Then as soon as she catches, she dumps it down to Boston. And since Boston's defender is fronting her, she should have easy position to catch that ball. And then go up for the 2. And even if it's a 3 seconds, she's going straight up with it as soon as she catches. She has great position. Now it's important to note, you always got to set your defender up before you catch the ball, or else it's going to end up like this. It's always going to end up like this. And now the blame is on both the ball handler and the teammate who's off the ball, because the off-ball teammate didn't set her up. She didn't make no contact. She ain't hold her defender off. And now the teammate passes it. They could have read that her defender was jumping it. So it's on both sides. But it's important that regardless of the side you're on, you're going to take responsibility for it and fix it the next time down. But even though she threw that turnover, she comes right back down and gets a bucket. Now, I don't see a lot of players do this. They get caught up in thinking they're as good as their last play. But that's not true. You're not as good as your last play. You're as good as you prepared. You're as good as you practice. So however much you practice, however much you prepared, is how confident you're going to be in the game and how well you're going to be able to bounce back from those mistakes. I'm telling you, still the same game. It's the same game, regardless of men's or women's. It's the same thing. Another counter they can make. Another counter. She just got called for a travel. Like I was telling you, she getting fronted, setting the help. All these are hard, but if you move number 12 literally just up here to the slot before you throw this pass down low, it'll take away 11 and give her a gap to get away from this triple team, or what would be a double team since she's moved up high. And off to Beal, over to Cook. Another counter. Another counter I want to show you. A lot of counters you can make. They're the best team in the nation, and then they still have a lot of room for improvement. So now, like I was saying, they're fronting and they're showing that help. But now the friend is a little different this time. It's not coming from her defender. It's coming from somebody off the ball. It's coming from number 15, I believe, right here. It's coming from her right here. But if you move her literally to the middle of the free throw line, that should take her away completely. Or put her around where the Big East is written. That's literally a pass or a kick right out to the outside for a little jumper. Or you could just literally go straight up as soon as you catch it. These little counters will help them be able to get these entries and make their half-court offense even better. Because that's what they struggled with in this first quarter. They got outscored in this first quarter. They're 22-0 on the season. And it wasn't looking too good after that first quarter, down double digits. But now peep this right here. Peep this action going on on this left side. No tag. No tag, no tag, no tag. Anytime you see somebody screen and the person they're guarding goes downhill, got to make sure you make that tag because they're always going to be late. That's why I call getting in too deep. Now don't watch this and think, oh, they messed up. Take this and apply it to your own game. Take it to when you go hoop or when you go teach or when you go coach or whatever it is. Take all these same things and apply it. Because at the end of the day, when you mess up, that's the time where you can get the best. Because your weaknesses, this is how you're able to sharpen them. So don't think I'm talking about this film, make these adjustments and saying they suck. Oh, they got to do this and that. They suck. No. This is the best time for you to understand film, because these are the mistakes, and that's how you're going to get better. So right here, you got in too deep. By literally getting one dribble in too deep, you're able to bring the help and cut off all your angles. You're able to pass the ball. That one dribble, now she got no more angles to pass the ball. Whereas if she stopped just a little higher, right here, and even brought the ball back instead of picking up that dribble, no need to try to force a pass. No need to try to force that pass through. And I see that happen a lot in high school, a little less in college, but less as you go up the levels, but it still happens pretty often. But in the second quarter, like I was saying, they're struggling with their half-court offense. But sometimes the hardest problems have simple solutions. So then instead of trying to get the ball in the half court and work through while they're fronting the post and showing the help side, they just made sure they got stops on the other end so they could get to offense and not have to go against a set defense. They don't have to worry about getting the offense set, getting the offense ran in motion. They made sure they got stops and ran and got points in transition. And I feel that transition plays are understood. It's because we all know, oh, the coach says push the ball, go fast up the court. But you're not going against a set defense. You don't allow the defense to communicate. You don't allow the defense to be able to find who they're supposed to guard. So now you're exploiting the defense because they're not back set. I just feel it's understood. People get it. They don't fully get it. Watch number one. Watch number one. Zaya, I think that's her name. I'm pretty sure. Great defense up until the buzzer. Great defense the whole play up until the buzzer. Now I'm gonna break down each part of this right here. Handoff. Lock and trail over the top, gets a hand on it. Number 11 right here leaves a little gap between her and the handoff, and that allows her to be able to get a hand in there, be able to strip that ball loose. Stays on it. Another screen comes over the top, leaves another gap. She's able to chase over the top and not have to worry about being in that trail position. 3 seconds on the shot clock, jumps out just a little to the left, and then she gets to the pivot and hits that step through. Now, in situations like this, you got to make sure that you wall up. Wall up. Anytime you see somebody drive, just wall up. Don't even try to jump out, get a block, because most times you're not going to get it. Blocks don't come off of jump shots. It usually comes when people come from the help side. So no reason to jump and try to get a hand up there. Just wall up. And then when you see them go for the shot, jump safely and give them a good contest.
The chance of Lou here with this UConnn friendly crowd here at the XL Center. 15,000 plus. Sold out since January to watch this top 5 matchup. Post to post, a little hot.
Now there are a couple counters they could do to what I was saying in that first quarter when they had trouble getting that ball in the post. One, obviously get some motion, just like you see in this play. You get some motion in the offense, it doesn't allow them to get set. And two, another way I'm gonna show you a little later on is that you change who initiates the pass and you change who you put on the help side. And I'm gonna show you where they could do that a little later.
Single digits on the timer. Here goes Griffin.
Peep one again. Peep one again. When the person you're guarding cuts through, right? When they go and cut through, you don't have to turn your back like they do, because they're not no threat at this point. If you're able to maintain eyes on where the person you're guarding is going and the ball, you won't get caught in situations like this where you could have just had eyes on both and been able to stop this drive from happening completely, because they're no threat. Like I was saying, they're leaving, they're no threat, they're not seeing, and most times that player is not going to turn back around and realize that they're not even right on their trail. So sometimes make sure that when you go cut, you make sure you show, but as they're going back to fill out, make sure you still see both. You can stop situations like this.
Second differential between game and shot clock. Boston with the hand off to Cook. 4 seconds to shoot. Zaya Cook.
And now, since this is my first game I watched, 22-0, I'm pretty sure they're able to do that because of the amount of size they have in the paint. They score from a lot in the paint. They only hit like 3 threes this game, I believe. They only hit about 3 threes in this game. So, and just like I told you before with these back screens, you've got to get the tag. You've got to get the tag right here. You've got to get these tags, because if not, these passes are going to be easy to just to fire down low. They're going to be super easy. Make sure you drop back, you tag, then you get back to yours.
Of this game, and to me, I love that. That was part of the legacy of why they wanted to be a part of this organization. Cardoso immediately kicks it out to Zaya.
Now right here is the counter I was telling you about. Right here is the counter I was just telling y'all about. Notice this. I'm going to go back right quick, but she got the bucket in there and one. But notice at the start of this possession, they tried to get the ball into her, but the person on the ball just dropped all the way back to the post up and played the front. Because in women's basketball, at this point, not great three-point shooting like you'll see in like the NBA and whatnot. But it's going to get there soon. It's going to get there. So they just sagged off and had the front be from the ball handler. But instead, the easiest way that you can help that is to move number 1 right here and put her as the initiator, because I went back, looked at the stats, got to make sure I know a little bit of personnel before I watch this game. And so she's the best shooter on the team. The best shooter on the team when you're trying to get into a post up should either be, in situations like this, should be the initiator one, so that this player can't drop back and play the front, or be the person on the weak side corner. Because what this allows you to do is that if they are fronting, swing, shooter in the corner, last pass out. And that person can't come all the way over on that help and be able to get help on that play as well. So I ain't see him do it too much. They mainly got their buckets through fast break and through motion. But at the end of the day, they did what they needed to do. And that's another way you could counter it. Just put in the best shooter as the initiator or the best shooter on the help side. So that once you do get that swing, knockdown. That's a hezzy. That's a hezzy. Hey, that's a hezzy. Now, I see a lot of guys, a lot of people in general carrying that ball in these hezzies. That's a real hezzy right here. That's a real hezzy. Look, hand doesn't go underneath the ball. That's a real hezzy. That's a real hezzy. I don't care what you're talking about. Ball, hand on the side of the ball, don't go under. Ain't no carry. Ain't a carry. That's a real hezzy. Boom. Look how much help there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the paint. This should immediately tell you, even if you see one person in the paint, this should immediately tell you somebody is open. Now, as soon as you see everybody just collapse, as soon as you drive from your peripheral, whether you're looking straight, everything, your first instinct should be who's open. And now you just look to that opposite side. Now, in this situation, you just go baseline and make that pass to the corner. Because how's that rotation going to go? She's still coming back in. And if she wants to be able to make this first pass out, she's going to have to go all the way around. And then they could get the ball to whoever they want on the perimeter, whoever can attack. Ends up going at the layup. Told you, some hard problems come with simple solutions. Now, like I said before, best player on the team right here, Aaliyah. Now, if you literally just drop her down to this block or down all the way to this short corner, they're playing a box and one. And by them doing that, nobody right here right now is guarding this middle. So instead of her just running up to the top and not reading what's open, what gaps they have, you just flash it right here in the middle, and this takes away her ability to be able to discourage that pass. Because now, like I said, she's short corner. She's short corner in this situation. Now you throw this to her right here in the middle of the floor. Easy bucket. Catch and go straight up. Hey, like I tell you all the time, bro. If you can't shoot, don't settle. And yes, let's forget about this travel. I'm going to go right back. Let's forget about this travel, though. Let's forget about this travel, bro. Ooh, that's a travel indeed. But if you can't shoot, don't settle for threes, knowing damn well you can't shoot. You should see that gap between you and your defender as another opportunity to attack. So don't settle for no threes if you know you can't shoot. If you know you can't shoot, just play your forte. Get to where you want to get to. Don't let the defense dictate what you do. And like I said, they was hitting no threes all game. Then they hit 3 threes in that fourth quarter. 3 threes in that fourth quarter. And they had 0 all game. They're like 0 for 11. That's really what helped them be able to pull this win out. Helped them pull this one out. And then another play that helped them get this win too. Won it right after this.
One of these individuals that forces Edwards to have to foul. Look at
Now this is the other play that saved them. 75-70. They was up by like 9, maybe even double digits at some point. UConn started to fight back a little bit. They started to fight back. At this point, they had the momentum. I was like, okay, they may make some noise right here. They may make this comeback for real. But notice what they did on this inbound. They handed the ball off, and the refs ain't even catch it. The refs ain't catch it, bro. Refs be corrupt at all levels, bro. Look, come on, bro. How you miss this? How you miss this, Dave Chappelle? How you miss this? It's right in front of you. Dave Chappelle looking at a dude, bro. And boom, they knocked down 2 free throws, up 7, 45 seconds left. It's tough at that point. If they had got that stop, that could have been that win. But that's the end of this video. We about to start watching some more women's games, some more college games. And as the WNBA season comes around, you know we're watching that too. So make sure you subscribe, like, turn on notifications, hit a highlight videos dropping daily. Go hit that follow in the link in the description. Live stream coming soon. And we out of here.